What happens when two of the most electrifying stars in women's college basketball collide? Not just on the court, but in a battle that's shaking the entire sports world. It's not just about points and rebounds anymore. This is about confidence, culture, and controversy all wrapped into one epic rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. Two players, two styles, two very different reactions. And the story behind their showdown goes way beyond basketball. Whether you're a hardcore fan or just curious, this story is one you need to hear. Because it's not just a game, it's a moment that's changing how we see women athletes forever. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will challenge what you thought you knew about sports, race, and power. You might think you know college basketball, but what's unfolding right now in women's college hoops is unlike anything we've seen before. It's a story packed with insane talent, fierce competition, but also controversy, drama, and a cultural debate that goes way beyond the court. At the heart of this story are two names, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Two players who have taken women's college basketball by storm, but whose rivalry has ignited a firestorm of conversation, both on and off the court. Let's start with Caitlin Clark. If you haven't watched her play yet, you're missing out. She's an absolute force, dropping jaw-dropping points, making impossible shots, and just dominating games like she's playing a different sport. Her style is flashy, her confidence undeniable. She's the kind of player who commands attention with every move. But here's the kicker. When Caitlin shows that confidence, some people don't cheer. They criticize, they call it arrogance, they question whether she's too much. But isn't confidence exactly what it takes to be great in sports? Historically, we've seen that superstar athletes need that boldness to excel. So why does Clark get such mixed reactions? This is where the conversation starts to get really interesting and complicated. Then there's Angel Reese. Reese is no pushover. She's tough, aggressive, and just as bold as Clark. On the court, she's a powerhouse known for physicality and skill. Off the court, she's outspoken, confident, and unafraid to play mind games with her opponents. The rivalry between Clark and Reese exploded into the national spotlight during the NCAA tournament. The two faced off in a showdown that wasn't just about who scored more points or grabbed more rebounds. It was about clashing personalities, competitive fire, and yes, trash talk that caught everyone's attention. Angel Reese's infamous celebration, where she flexed after a key moment, sparked a huge backlash. Some called it disrespectful. Others said it was a perfectly valid expression of confidence and competitiveness. And when people compared the reactions to similar celebrations from Caitlin Clark, the difference was stark. Clark's confident moments were often praised or at least tolerated, while Reese was criticized, sometimes harshly. This double standard? It's not just about basketball. It's about how society views women athletes, especially black women, versus white women. This contrast triggered a larger cultural conversation about race, gender, and the unwritten rules athletes are expected to follow. Enter Pat McAfee, a sports commentator who isn't afraid to speak his mind. McAfee weighed in heavily on this issue and defended Caitlin Clark's right to be confident, unapologetic, and to own her greatness. He argued that Clark's attitude isn't arrogance, it's a reflection of her skill and dominance. And that's something fans should celebrate, not tear down. But McAfee didn't stop there. He also pointed out how the media and fans often react differently to players like Angel Reese. He called out the biases and urged people to see these athletes for what they are: fierce competitors, each with their own style, breaking boundaries, and stereotypes in women's sports. What makes this rivalry so compelling is that it's about more than just the game. It's about power dynamics and representation. It's about who gets to express confidence and how that expression is judged. It's about breaking molds and challenging old ideas about what female athletes should look or act like. For years, women's sports have fought for respect and recognition. And now, with Clark and Reese, that fight has entered a new, highly visible phase. Their rivalry is pushing the conversation forward, forcing us all to confront our own biases and assumptions. Let's also talk about the impact this has on young athletes. Watching these two players go head-to-head, showing passion, confidence, and skill, is inspiring countless kids, especially young girls, who see themselves in Clark and Reese. They see that it's okay to be bold, to compete fiercely, and to embrace who you are no matter what anyone else says. But the pressure is intense. Both players are under a microscope, scrutinized for every move, every word, every celebration. The scrutiny itself is a reflection of the bigger issues at play, how society polices women's behavior, particularly when they step outside traditional expectations. And the media plays a huge role here. How they frame these athletes, what stories they choose to highlight, and what they overlook shapes public perception. This rivalry has become a test case for how women's sports are covered and how far we still have to go. So what's next? This story is far from over. The NCAA tournament might end, but the conversation sparked by Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese will continue to evolve. Fans, analysts, and the athletes themselves will keep challenging the status quo. One thing's for sure, both Clark and Reese are rewriting the narrative for women's college basketball. They're not just playing a game, they're changing the culture. If you want to truly understand the future of women's sports, you need to watch this rivalry unfold. It's more than just points on the board. It's a powerful cultural moment that's reshaping the conversation around confidence, race, gender, and what it means to be a champion. So what's the real takeaway here? Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese aren't just competing for championships. They're battling stereotypes, breaking boundaries, and rewriting the playbook on what it means to be confident, powerful women in sports today. Their rivalry has sparked debate, brought hidden biases to light, and challenged how society judges female athletes, especially black women. And this is just the beginning. How we talk about these players, how we celebrate or criticize them, says a lot about us, as fans, as a culture, and as a society. It forces us to ask tough questions about fairness, respect, and the future of women's sports. So the next time you watch a game, remember, these athletes aren't just playing to win on the scoreboard. They're playing to win respect, to inspire the next generation, and to change the game forever. Which side are you on? The confident, dazzling skill of Caitlin Clark, or the fierce, unapologetic power of Angel Reese? Or maybe you see them both as champions of a bigger fight, one that's just getting started. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the like button and subscribe for more stories that go beyond the game. Let me know in the comments, are you Team Clark or Team Reese? Or maybe you just want to see the game grow in new ways. Either way, this is a story you don't want to miss.